ladies and gents, welcome. So in this video, I want to show you how I created my own AI assistant chatbot for my existing coaching business. Now, for some of you who know, I'm an Instagram coach, and my job is to teach my students how to grow, scale, and monetize their pages. So the reason why I created this simple AI assistant chatbot is because I always received, repetitive questions from my students. I always wished, I wish I had, an assistant that would help me answer those questions without my presence, right? So good news, AI just solved this problem for us. And in this video, I want to show you how it really solved it. So hopping onto here, hello, is it working? Okay, cool. So how did I simply create an AI assistant chatbot for my coaching business? Now note that this also works for any type of business as well. If you need, an assistant that could answer questions, that could help or redirect people, then you can use the same tutorial to kind of create the same bot. Okay, so moving on to here. What is the content of this video? It's what is an AI assistant chatbot. So I want to explain to you the definition of it or what it means, what are its advantages and benefits, how to build it, right? I'm going to show you a step-by-step tutorial, my $10,000 a month AI automation agency strategy. So this is how I'm planning to reach the $10,000 a month mark. And finally, I'm going to provide you guys with a bonus. So let's dive deep and see what is an AI chatbot. Well, it is a chatbot that you can feed knowledge and data, and it can respond to any queries it receives using AI technology. Now, I don't want you to get lost. How I want you to understand this AI chatbot is, suppose this chatbot has brain, which is the knowledge base, all right? And this chatbot knows that the sun is yellow, so this is its knowledge. Like, what we want to ask it is, what is the color of the sun? And using AI, it will, see what's in the knowledge base and answer accordingly. So its response would be yellow, just as simple as that. And this is like a concrete example from my own AI assistant chatbot of my program. And here it shows, like, I asked it, how many hashtags should I put for my Instagram posts? So this is the query, and you can see that it confirmed that it found the answer in the knowledge base, and using AI, it extracted the answer and answered it in its own way, using the response, the output. And here you can say that the number of hashtags you should use for your Instagram post depends on the size, etc., etc. I won't read it, guys. This is free sauce for you. Those of you who are using Instagram, who are growing any pages, just use this information. Thank me later. No, I'm joking. Right. And next we have, what are its advantages and benefits? Okay, so why create an AI assistant chatbot in the first place? Well, first of all, the advantages is that it's available 24/7 and it responds immediately once it's asked a question, and it collects data. Now, what are those useful for? Well, the benefits are, it saves time. If you're a business owner and you feel like you waste a lot of time trying to answer your clients' questions or your prospects, whatever it is, you can save time using this AI assistant chatbot. And also increased customer satisfaction, because it instantly replies to any thing they have, anything they want to ask, instantly replies to them. And finally, analyze the data and improve. So from this chatbot, I can see what are the questions that my students are asking in the program. And if there are repetitive questions that my students are asking and they can't find an answer to it in my own program, this is where I know that, oh, okay, I can add this, I can add it to my program, and therefore make it better and always improve, iterate. And this is how the program becomes higher quality, becomes more expensive. Of course, the more I add some upgrades to it, the more it will become valuable. So yeah, those are the benefits and the advantages. Now, here's the best part. It's how I built it, right? You all want to know how. Well, first of all, you gotta have, like, how much is that? 1, 2, 3, 4. So basically 4 things. The first is knowledge and data. So what knowledge do you want to feed this chatbot? I personally used my own Instagram course material as the knowledge base for the chatbot, and I'll show it to you later. And I used BotPress as the software to build my entire AI assistant chatbot. And finally, I used Zapier and Google Sheets to collect data, all right, and organize it as well. Let's see the steps and how I really build this bot. So we go on to BotPress, and I'm gonna start off by creating a chatbot. Now, if you wanna create an account, feel free to do so, it's free. So we're gonna choose answer questions on documents. All right, so once the chatbot is added, what we're gonna go ahead and do is upload the documents. Now we click on add documents. You can see that it supports PDF, HTML, text files, document, and document X. So this is the Word documents. But what I've faced or what I've encountered is a problem that if my Word documents contain images, then there's like higher potential or higher chance that they would give an error. So what I want to do is convert the Word files into text files. To do that, it's pretty simple. All you gotta do is type in like from Word to text. Okay, so gonna drag and drop those right here. Convert now. All right, so now that I have converted and downloaded them and put them in my folder, then what I'm gonna do is select them all and drop them. Now confirm. Right, now that the upload is done, just click on say hello. So let's start. First of all, we have our knowledge base. You can access it in the quick start knowledge. You can see that we have the text files, right? Next, what we're gonna do is activate the knowledge agent. So as you can see here, there's already a summary of the conversation and the transcript. Now, what this does is it gives the bot the memory to respond to you. So suppose you ask it a question and you don't understand what it answered you with. If you ask it something like, I didn't understand, can you clarify more? Then it will understand about what it was talking about. Click on save and make sure that all those options are checked and enabled. And next on, gonna go on to summary agent. Now, right here, we can leave it as it is. And we're gonna go onto the personality agent. So right here, we wanna write what is the personality of the chatbot. So how should it act? What is it? What is its role? So in my case, because I have an Instagram business, I wanna tell it something like, you're an AI assistant. So you're an AI assistant for my Instagram program, and I want you to answer the queries you receive in a very concise manner and only provide long form responses if the user asks to. So hit on save. All right, so now that we're done with the personality agent, what I'm gonna do is go on to Smalltalk, and right here you can see that it's already built. So I'm gonna say something like, hey, I am your AI assistant for the day. How can I help? Okay, so as you can see with the Smalltalk, what's gonna happen right now is once I restart the bot, I say something like hi, and the bot responds with, hey, I'm here to assist you, how can I help you today? So it was supposed to say what's in the Smalltalk. So it was supposed to say this sentence, but because the personality agent is enabled, then it like automatically changes the responses. And this will be kind of weird at first for you to understand, but later on you can realize that some of the answers, they're changed because of the personality agent. Now, I wish there's an option for BotPress that you can turn off the personality agent access, but yeah, we'll see what happens. Anyways, what we're gonna do, or before we dive into the chatbot, let me explain to you what is happening here. So I started the bot, and right now we're at this node, and here what happens if the chatbot doesn't find the answer in the knowledge base, then it goes on, it redirects to the fallback, which says, I'm sorry, I don't have an answer to that, and it goes back to the end. Now, like the second thing is also if it found an answer, it would automatically reply and also go to the end. But what we're gonna do is cancel both pathways, right? And first of all, we're gonna click on enable knowledge answering. And after that, I'm gonna add a card, which is the raw input. Okay, so the raw input is the question that it receives from the user, and I'm gonna store it in the variable called question. Okay, so right now we have a variable question, and you can see later on why I'm doing this. It's because I want to store it in the data in the Google Sheets using Zapier. But yeah, now that we stored what the user has asked, what we're gonna do is also relink that to here, so create an infinite loop and also link that to here. So every time the user asks a question, what it does is it goes back to the check knowledge and he can ask the question infinite times. Okay, now so we have the bot ready, and to test it out I'm gonna hit refresh, say hi. um, Yep, and I'm gonna ask it something about Instagram. So I'm gonna ask it, how can I make my profile more optimized, right? So after some time you can see that it has given us an answer, and a very concise one as we stated to it. So we told the personality agent we want a concise answer, so give it to us. And here we have a very concise one, which is brainstorm, choose suitable name, and this goes on. Now that the chatbot is working and functioning very well, what we're gonna do is collect the data, right? We wanna know what our prospects, what the people are asking this chatbot. So to do that, we're gonna go onto Zapier. So I'm already logged in, right? And this is the app name. It's also for free. You can go on there, log in. And what I'm gonna do, like after you logged in, is go ahead and create Zap. All right, so right here, what option will we choose? What is the trigger? So the trigger is basically a webhook. Okay, so go ahead, click on webhook, choose event, it's catch a hook, continue, and right here we have the webhook. So what I'm gonna do is copy and go on to BotPress. But where should I copy and paste, the webhook? So what we want to do is add a card, which is execute code, and you don't have to worry about doing any code or anything of that sort. I have it right here in the file, and I'll also include it in the resources. But yeah, basically you can copy and paste the code, put it right here, and as you can see what is happening right here. So workflow Zapier.success, you can ignore that, but right here delete data. So what is actually happening is the question, so the question that the users ask, it is stored in the workflow.question that we already assigned right here. So workflow.question, it is assigned, and the answer that is given back from the knowledge base or the chatbot is stored in this variable. Okay, and you can see here, this is the answer generated by the knowledge agent. So this is the variable, or all we do is like eliminate the brackets if you wanna paste it right here. Okay, so I'm gonna paste it again. This is the variable. All I gotta do is erase the brackets, and here we have the data stored. So now that we have data, what we want to do is insert the webhook right here, and we do that by going onto Zapier, copy the webhook and paste it between those two, and here we have it. So this is the whole code. You don't have to worry about that, but we're not done yet. What we need to do is go on to Zapier and also add a step, and this step would be to add the data to the Google Sheets, right? We want to store it on there. So what I'm gonna do is create spreadsheet row. All right, choose an account, automation royalty, continue. Okay, I'm gonna choose Google Drive, and right here we have to choose the spreadsheet. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is go on to Drive, create a Google Sheet, call it something like AI assistant data. Okay, I'm gonna create two columns, the first one being the questions, so what are the users asking, and the answers, which are what the chatbot is answering, right? Okay, so now that I've created the spreadsheet, I'm gonna go back to Zapier hit on spreadsheet, and here we have it, AI assistant data. And I'm gonna choose sheet 1 and go ahead and also fill these. So the questions are okay, so we haven't yet activated the webhook right here. All we wanna do is test it. Okay, so once we test it, it will retrieve the data. So as you can see here, there's no request found yet because we haven't, activated the chatbot after inserting this execute code. So what we want to do is refresh the chatbot, tell it something like hi, and from there on we can ask it any question we want. So how many hashtags do I use for posts, right? So we wait for the answer. Here's the answer that it has given us, and as you can see here, when we go back to Zapier and test trigger, then we're gonna find the data. So this is the question that I've asked, and this is the answer that the chatbot has provided us with. And sometimes you can realize that the answer right here is different from what you obtained on here, and it's because of the personality agent. As we talked about, it automatically changes the language. But yeah, anyways, you want to hit back, continue with selected records, and right here we want to test action. All right, so okay, because it's empty, doesn't give any results, we're gonna go back right here, and because right now we have the question, gonna insert the question on here. This is the variable and the answer on here, and here we hit continue. So we're gonna hit retest action, and go back to the spreadsheet, and here we have it. So this is the question and this is the answer. We can do that a lot of times. It can store unlimited data. So yeah, this is basically it. And finally, what I'm gonna do is also write this as AI assistant data, right? And hit on publish. So now that I've published it, then it is live. Every time I wanna answer or ask a question such as help me optimize my page, we're gonna go onto Google Sheets, and you can see that the data is already here. Now from here, what I personally do is I look at all the questions that I've received and analyze like what is the most asked, or what are the most asked questions that I haven't been clear on, I haven't included in my program, in my course, so I can add them and improve on it. So yeah, this is what I do, and there are tons of ideas and things that you can do with the data that you have. But yeah guys, this is it. This is my whole process on how I created my own chatbot. All right, so now that we've built the chatbot, what's left is my $10,000 a month AI automation agency strategy. So what is it? Let's see. The first step of the strategy is to get my first 2 to 3 free clients. Now for those clients, I would create any custom system that they want, all right? And this gives me the chance to test and improve my automation services. Suppose I directly start selling my automation services for money, but I don't have this confidence, and I don't know if they achieve the results that I want them to achieve. So if I charge my clients and their satisfaction or their experience with those automations isn't good, then I will destroy my reputation and I will lose them as clients. So this will not only hurt my brand, it will also hunt me down in the long term. So for that reason, I get my first 2 to 3 clients for free. That way I can test and improve my automation services. They don't have any reason on why to complain or tell me that I paid you money and you didn't provide me with the service I want. So because it's free, because they don't lose anything, in fact they are winning a lifetime subscription for free, I can test and improve my automation services. And after I've done that, then I can gain positive testimonials and case studies. And for that reason, when I have these testimonials and case studies, then I can use them to start closing high paying clients. So at this point, I would have the confidence in my services, and I would have improved and advanced services, and I can also have the case studies that are proof that those services are working, and that way I can do more sales and people can really trust me. Okay, so this is the strategy. In the short term, it is a sacrifice, so I'm sacrificing gaining money, but in the long term it will get me to 10k. All right, so yeah, this is it. And finally, the bonus, I want you to check the link. It's in the description. It contains all my free resources, including the bot template and the codes that you need, as well as some other things that you need in your AI automation agency. So yeah, guys, I guess this is it for the video. Feel free to ask me any questions you have, and it is preferable if you do that in the comments, because that would be better for the YouTube algorithm to promote my video. I don't have anything to hide here. So yeah, and the comments, the questions that you ask in the comments would also serve others, so they also don't face the same problem. And other than that, feel free to subscribe. I'm documenting my journey in building my AI automation agency, so I'm gonna make sure that I provide you guys with my entire journey, and I also provide you with value along the way. So yeah, take care, take risks, and I'll see you in the next video.